The white race has to choose between the path of brotherhood or the path of death and destruction.
The white people that are recording this now, if they're there to exploit us or make us out to be such bad people like white people usually do.
Wednesday morning, I took a trip down to Dufferin Grove Park in Toronto's Dufferin and Bloor area to do a story on an encampment there. That encampment has grown and flourished in recent weeks since 3 other downtown parks were cleared by police and city officials. While the 40-odd tents at Dufferin Grove Park are fairly well hidden on the fringes of the park, you can't escape seeing the amount of garbage and paraphernalia they've created. Still, the thing that sticks out like a sore thumb is the occupation of a fire pit area near the center of the park. That area is now been set up as command central for a group of Indigenous people and their supporters. They've got flags and tables to eat on, tents, chairs, and they even have a makeshift memorial of stuffed animals and dolls to pay tribute to the poor children's graves that were found at residential schools out west. As our videographer Jessica and I stood on the public path and not bothering them at all to take pictures of the tents and that gathering, a couple of them rushed out and started accusing us of taking photographs of their sacred fire. Well, I hadn't, up to that point, hadn't even seen the fire until they pointed it out. But what happened next is proof positive, I believe, of the entitlement, the absolute entitlement of these illegal squatters and the activists who support them.
We're just asking you not to take a picture of the fire.
I didn't take a picture of the fire.
That's all we're asking.
Okay. So what do you have to come over here for?
So we can have this conversation. You can tell me.
Yeah,
you didn't take a picture of the fire.
Or pictures, please, because this is a ceremonial area for us. This part here is sanctioned for us.
It's not yours. It belongs to everybody.
No, this part here is sanctioned for us. We just had the fire inspector leave. We're talking to Indian Affairs and everything. And at the end of the day, this is Indigenous land that you're on.
We're taking pictures.
We're on a public sidewalk.
Yeah, you're taking pictures.
I'm standing on a public sidewalk, right?
No, but look, do you understand? She's still taking video and pictures.
Let's move over this way. Can you please your camera? Let's look in this way.
Yeah.
Because we're over here now.
Keep it away from here.
Okay.
Okay, point your camera this way.
Yeah, point your camera this
Sure,
way.
I think we're done here anyway.
We're done. We're
We're-
done. Hi.
Camera this way.
Yeah.
Okay, was there anything else you wanted to add or say to us? Or we're just gonna...
Yeah, just don't come here with your cameras and your photos to desecrate, to disrespect Indigenous spirituality. Because you have to remember, you are on Indigenous land, First Nation land.
We were followed, harassed, screamed at, threatened by a group of no less than 8 people, simply for taking pictures of the encampment and their gathering.
She is my sister. She is standing in solidarity. That man over there is my brother. He's standing in solidarity. This man right here is my brother. He's standing in solidarity. You are all welcome. You want to come and stand in solidarity with us? Do you, my person at home listening and feeling all the anger, do you want to come and stand in solidarity with us? You know, it's the time of the 7th fire. The white race has to choose between the path of brotherhood or the path of death and destruction.
The white people that are recording this now, if they're there to exploit us or make us out to be such bad people like white people usually do.
Okay.
We asked you,
Just to,
when we were on the other side not to film the fire, right?
We didn't. Now, would you leave us alone? Please.
Every time you talk to us, we're going to talk back to you.
They, when we suggested that this was a public park and that we have every right to be there, to take pictures, to walk through, they said it was their land, their Turtle Island, and they had a right to be there, and they were continuing to stay there. Well, at one point, poor Jessica's camera was snatched out of her hand and thrown on the ground twice.
And your footage that you're going to write is going to be one-sided.
It's okay. The police will see the footage. Don't worry.
You like the one-sided footage that you're creating.
Excuse me. Make sure you don't touch me.
Make sure you do not film anyone here.
Hey, loser. Do not touch me. You're over there. Through my phone. There's another one.
An activist from the Sanctuary, a group that has enabled people to remain in the parks, took a video of us and also threatened us.
I'm a journalist. I know how to do these things.
You have an Apple phone, but you're living in a tent. What's going on? You call yourself a journalist, but you're tweeting?
I'm a journalist and a street passer. You
And
said
a
I
street
live here.
passer.
I wouldn't be ashamed if I did live here.
So what is it your business? We were doing a story. It's not your
I
business.
was asked by
It's not
people
your
to help
business.
with a
To help
situation
with
where you
what?
were recording where they did not want their sacred fire recorded and
We
where they
didn't
reported.
record their fire, so mind your own business.
I've seen many.
Oh, he's not a journalist. He's an activist. Look at him. He's got naloxone kit. You're one of the ESN people.
Don't worry about it.
Since you'll be writing a column and won't review the footage now, will you share the full footage for my column?
Embarrassment.
So do you?
Who are you?
I'm Doug Johnson Hatlam. I write for Counterpunch and I work at Sanctuary.
You have it.
Another woman who, an Indigenous woman, tried to hijack an interview we were doing with a neighbor living in the apartment across the street by singing at the top of her lungs as we were conducting the interview. They became so threatening, so aggressive that I was forced to call the police, which I have never done before.
She's standing right here in front of me.
What did you say I did?
Call in the cops, just like
Yeah.
a Karen.
Hi.
See, you're videotaping the cops over there.
Is she following me?
No, you're not one. Okay. Okay. Yes. I am wearing black. Black shirt. Black shorts. I don't know, black is the color of the day. Yeah, black is the color of the day. Everybody's wearing black.
The police came, 4 officers. They didn't do a whole lot, but they did manage to defuse the situation. Still, the incident reminded me very much of what happened at Trinity Bellwoods Park and at Lambton Stadium Park a few weeks ago when the police and city officials tried to clear it and were accused of undue influence for doing so. Like what happened at the other parks, the activists here and the squatters just wanted to create a disturbance, just wanted to create a scene to portray themselves as the wrong victims. We were the bullies for daring, absolutely daring, to walk through the park, a public park, and take pictures. It's a sad statement. It's a really sad statement on what's happening in this city. And in fact, neighbors living across the street are fearful to walk through the park. We spoke to a couple of them. And one gentleman who lives in the apartment across the street has even seen the squatters drinking in his apartment's lobby and, believe it or not, a couple having sex in the stairwell. And nothing is done about it. And I blame the politicians for enabling this behavior and allowing this mess to continue out of control. It's a sad statement, again, about what's happening in the city. And we've got to say, enough is enough.